Good morning. I think a little bit of rain is coming. It's a little bit cloudy also today, and Thailand is still wonderful even when it's raining or it's a little bit cloudy, because everything is so much more quiet in a way, and then the rain is coming and everything is then a little bit fresher. It is really a thing to experience. I hope you can hear me because of all the waves, but I wanted to do this video today here in front, because actually one of the reasons I came to this idea today was about the weather. And in a way, often the mood, the readiness of an artist to work on his artistic vision, to progress his art career, whatever it is necessary as an artist, is depending so much on the mood we are in. Sometimes we are waking up and we are just not feeling like it. Like today I woke up and it was a little bit cloudy. It was not the perfect beach weather as usual in Thailand, and I was feeling, just because this small factor has an impact on me, that I didn't like to actually put my best into it, to bring my best, to push my artistic vision forward. And perhaps you can connect sometimes with this, that we are so depending on how our ego is feeling like, and it can be sometimes feel right that you have the right as an artist, as a creative, to have such an ego, and this ego is often helpful. It can push us through because we are so centered around ourselves. So there's also a place perhaps for the artist ego, but nevertheless, in most of the times when you think about it, when you compare actually the artist ego, the ego that we are having, and the artistic vision that we are pursuing, I think for me, and perhaps for you, when you think about it over a long time, the artistic vision is something that has much more value for your future, for your development. But because nevertheless, an ego, even if it's the ego of an artist, it is something that is more common. Everyone has an ego, everyone is fighting with his ego, everyone is also using his or her ego to power himself, to get the momentum. But nevertheless, it is not really something that is making us special, because when you think about it, most people are having an ego. They are a little bit different, but nevertheless it is always an ego. An artistic vision, on the other hand, is something that is making you special, something that feels at times like it would be given to us from another realm of creative ideas, and it's has much more the feeling of a kind of energy, or a kind of thought that is bigger than we as humans are. Perhaps there's something about your art where you're thinking, wow, this is something that feels like it will be from another world, and this kind of thought is seeking to come into our reality because it wants to change the world. And sometimes we are also experiencing your artistic vision like something that is a bigger gift that was given to you. Perhaps you have once the feeling that you are working on your artistic vision, and you have been so much in the work, in the artistic flow, and then you are becoming one with the art you are creating, and it's such a great feeling. And this is very often what our ego is lacking. It is all about us and how we are feeling, and as long as we feel good, it's okay. But sometimes, like right now, the weather is changing and we are not feeling so good. And the interesting thing is that actually ego has the most power over our artistic work, over our artistic vision. It can stop our artistic vision, the things that we are doing as an artist. And this has so much influence that really ego is something an artist should watch, because this gift that was given to us, or this spark of genius, can be stopped through ego. So ego is also something that we should closely watch. It is not a bad thing, actually. An ego can really power you through some situations, but nevertheless, being cautious about this. And when you think about it, the most successful artists in the end became successful because not of the egos. Some artists are known for their ego, but nevertheless the most successful artists are known through the artistic vision. And I think it can be really a relief for an artist to understand the importance of the vision against the ego, because when you look at the chances of it, your artistic vision is the thing that most likely will make you famous. And when you look at the chances of the ego is most likely what will stop your artistic progression, what will stop your artistic vision. So when you think about it, to concentrate, trying to focus your life on your artistic vision has so much more chances to make you successful, to make you stand in the ranks of successful artists. So why not shift your focus more to the ego? And the easiest way, I think, to use your artistic vision against the ego is to understand that the artistic vision is actually something that was given to us. When you just remember that your artistic vision, what is your artistic core, is something that with time developed, it accumulated, or once you have this fantastic insight, you have seen something has inspired you, it was a spark that came to your life, and when you understand that actually the vision is something outside of you and you can work for the vision, it is so much easier to get connected with it, because otherwise you are depending on the ego as a gatekeeper of allowing or not to get in contact with your vision. But to understand that the vision is something that is outside of you, is giving you the chance to, how to say it, not to look inside, but to look outside. I would even, if you like the idea, even try to understand a vision as a thing on its own, that the really visions are existing in a kind of realm, and they are coming into this world and seeking for the best, for the best medium, for the best channel to become reality in our world. Perhaps you have once experienced it, that you had an idea, perhaps an artistic idea, but you didn't do anything about it, and then you have found out that another artist became successful with this idea. This can actually be a sign that, oh, it's starting to raining. I will try to get under the palm tree. Here we are. This is actually a sign that visions could be a realm, something that is coming to our world and seeking for the best medium to express themselves. It is really a fantastic idea. Perhaps it has nothing to do with reality, but seeing it from such a way makes you more motivated to become the best possible vessel for your idea and to work for it, because it is a gift. An idea has chosen you to be materialized through you into this world, and this can give you a feeling of being more special, even feel more special than whatever the ego can do actually for you. And this can be a great motivation. And to channel this vision is your main work as an artist. All you have to do is not to, feel about it, feel good about your work, and get yourself to the artistic work that is necessary. Get yourself to the necessary steps to allow this vision of yours to materialize in this world, because you can see yourself then a little bit like a part of your art materials. You are perhaps like you are using a brush to express your idea on the canvas. In the same way, you can see yourself as a kind of art, as a brush, as an artistic tool with which this idea that you are channeling is becoming the artwork that you are creating. And it can be a big relief to see yourself as an art tool of a higher idea that came to your life. This idea doesn't feel like something that is strange or alien. Like your brush is not when you are really putting the work into it. And many of the successful artists are seeing this way, that your artistic brush with which you are working is also not something that is strange or alien. It is an extension of your body. It is an extension of your artistic idea, and your artistic idea is flowing through the brush, through the colors, to materialize in the artistic work. And when you extend this idea and think about this greater idea that you are having as an artist, this vision, it is also using you as a kind of tool, flowing through your thoughts, flowing through your arm, flowing through the brush you are holding, and materializing in the artwork. And it can be such a relief, because then you don't need the ego anymore. The ego that is, sometimes it has its moods, sometimes it's blocking everything, sometimes it is perhaps over enthusiastic, and then you are wanting too much and then you are getting overwhelmed. You don't need this anymore. You don't need this dependence on something that is so risky in a way for your art and for your artistic vision. Because all you have to do then is to prepare yourself like you are preparing your artistic brush, your colors, your canvas. You have to also just to prepare yourself to be the best possible tool for the process of materialization of this artistic idea. And then it is such a relief, because you don't have to deal with all the stress of the moods and the dependence, how you feel, will you feel good? No, you are just getting ready to become the best vessel for your outstanding idea, for the artistic vision that you are having. And think of it, when we follow this fantastic idea that actually there's a realm of these visions that are trying to come through you as the best vessel into the reality, you can also fantasize that actually this vision, this idea is already worked out. It is perfect. All it takes is to find the best interface with our world. And all your work is to figure out this best possible interface with our world. So the idea, this conclusion to the artistic vision already exists, but it is seeking in the materialization, in your artworks and your artistic progression, it is seeking the best possible expression. And all you have to care about is to find this best expression. This best expression, this vision is already concluded. And you are in the adventure of finding for it the best possible vessel in your art. This is why also we are thinking as of many of the artworks as being the best possible expression of a higher idea. Even in modern art, you have perhaps, let's take an artist like Picasso, an artist that is driven even by ego. But nevertheless, this artist figured out a way to be the best vessel for a certain vision. Let's take perhaps his sign for peace. It is a bird at dawn, glaube ich, I believe. He painted he drew this sign of freedom that to this day is representing the representation of this vision of freedom in the best way. It is speaking a universal language to all, because he allowed this idea, the need, the vision of human living in freedom channelize to this small drawing, to the simple drawing of a bird. And this pigeon of freedom is such a outstanding symbol. It is such a pure channeling of this idea of freedom that this sign exists until today, and we are always using it when we want to express freedom and peace and living in harmony. And even this ego-driven artist could channel something that is such an outstanding idea. And all you have to do then as an artist, all you have to work on is to commit yourself to these higher ideas that has been given to you in small pieces. Perhaps it's not making sense right now to you, but it is an idea that is already worked out, and all you are doing, you are committing yourself to this adventure, to this quest, to express it in the best possible way you can. And this is all you have to do, to be the best possible tool for the artistic vision that you are having. You don't have to fight against yourself, and you don't have to fight with your ego, because ego becomes in a way unnecessary. There are artists like Picasso that could combine all this ego and genius and this higher idea and so on. But even so, in his purest form, in his best works, artists like Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci and so on, they are at the best when they are channeling this idea, their vision, in the best possible way. In this way we have this magnificent mystery of Mona Lisa in the work of Leonardo da Vinci. It is, you are seeing this painting, perhaps you have been to Paris and you had the time to really look closely at this painting. This painting is really a window into another dimension, where you have all this mystery and this mysterious woman, and you're understanding the mystery perhaps of death, life. Is she smiling? And you are really looking into a completely different world. And it is so fascinating because he's using all the things that are existing in our world. This is a real human, this is a real woman that is standing for his painting. This is a landscape behind us. But nevertheless, this parts of our reality were arranged in a way that is making the humans look into the realm of visions, of mysteries and so on. And that's why those art pieces, these artworks that are the best possible expression, that are capturing the best possible, that are the best possible vision for this visions, they are having so much quality and so much substance, because it is a coming together of a world that is pure idea, that is full of wonders, but is not existing in our world. And then the artist is capable of putting all the best ingredients, like art materials, the motive, himself and himself as a tool and his artistic tools together, and they are coming together to one piece. And this is, I think, one reason why such artworks are such a wonder. But it is nevertheless this beginning and the first relief that has a great opportunity and a great value for you to see it perhaps from this perspective, or allowing it to take on this perspective, is the relief of their own ego, being not depending anymore on moods and what you are wanting, what you are needing, where's my life going and so on, because you can dedicate yourself to something that is so much bigger, and in the process you are also becoming something that is so much bigger, and this can be really outstanding opportunity for your own artistic progression. It is really, you can give it a try, to sit down, rethink your artistic vision, seeing it from the highest possible pureness you can imagine. Just imagine your artistic vision. Perhaps you have just a glimpse of it, or a glimpse is always appearing in one of your artworks, and you are thinking, whoa, this is the right direction. Just sit down, look at these artworks, think about it. What could be the concluded form of your artistic vision? Just experience it, just think about it, and then think about how can you put yourself into the work to become the best possible medium, the best possible channel, the best possible, even let's say it, art tool to channel this vision, this higher idea into our world, so it can appear in the purest form. It is something that will not work out immediately. Even the biggest artists are working weeks, years, or even decades on the perfection of their artwork. I think Leonardo da Vinci was working decades on Mona Lisa. We're working it over and over again until it became the purest manifestation of this vision. It is something worth trying, so give it a try, sit down and think about it, or take a walk like I will when it's not will start rain again, and I will think also about my vision and how I can perhaps put it better into words so it will have more value for you. I will write some things and perhaps you can use it a little bit better because the ideas will be clearer then. Nevertheless, I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, see you soon. Bye bye.